What is the four-way and what happens during the four-way walkthrough? Well, when it comes to building a home, there are certain stopping points where inspections are made to confirm the home is being built to code. Each city has their own building codes, but basically the same thing happens no matter where you're building a house. In today's video, I'm going to explain what happens during the four-way process and show you what you should look for during your four-way walkthrough with the home builder. Hi, I'm Ty the Real Estate Guy, and if you'd like to stay up to date on the latest real estate tips and trends, subscribe to my channel below and ring the bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you'll want to watch to the end where I'll make some recommendations for those of you who are already building a house and for those of you who are looking to build a home in the future. I'll be stepping outside in a moment to show you what everything looks like, but construction sites can be loud, so for the sake of sound quality, I'll be filming as much as I can indoors. Plus, it's actually freezing outside and I hate being cold. Okay, so I'll start by explaining what happens during the four-way, or more precisely, the four-way building code inspection. The four-way inspection and walkthrough will happen prior to insulation and sheetrock. It consists of four main components, hence the term four-way. During the four-way process, the city inspector will look at the rough framing, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC. For those of you who don't know, HVAC is the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning for the home. Here in Utah, it's common to have one person from the city do the full inspection. But in some jurisdictions, they'll actually have four separate inspectors or specialists inspect the different components of the home. Rough framing is the first part of the inspection, so I guess we better head out. Okay, so as I mentioned, the rough framing is the first part of the inspection. For the inspector to start, the home will need to be completely framed. Floor joists, like you see up here, are placed. On top of the floor joist, you'll find the oriented strand board, like you see here. It's simply known as OSB. The walls are framed like you see here, and the OSB is nailed to the exterior. Windows and your doorways are installed. Then the framers will install the roof trusses and any beams if necessary. Then the roof is sheathed with the OSB like you see above me. Finally, the flashing will be installed around the doors and windows. Then the actual doors and windows will be installed. There's like 100 things that the inspector will look at, but I don't want to bore you with the details. Just know that the inspector will be particularly focused on confirming that the house is structurally sound. To confirm the house is structurally sound, the inspector will look at the load-bearing walls to confirm that they are transferring all the way to the foundation. Another major focus of the inspection is to look at the fire blocking and bracing. Just so you know, city inspectors don't normally confirm that the walls are plumb or that the rooms are square. Next is the rough plumbing. Once the home has been framed, the plumbers will start installing the water supply lines. You'll see red and white lines above me here. Often they'll be red and blue, and this is called PEX, and this carries the cold and warm water through the house. PEX is a popular choice because it can be installed quick and easy due to the fact that there are very few connectors and joints. It's also popular due to its lower cost and resistance to temperature changes of the water. This white pipe that you see here is the main water line coming into the house from the street. Okay, so as I showed you in that other house, this white pipe is your main water line coming into the house. It's kind of buried here in the insulation, sorry about that. But I wanted to show you right here, this little lever right here, you can pull it down, and that's the main water shutoff valve for the entire house. The larger black pipes are called ABS, and they're for wastewater. This pipe will run to the street and into the sewer. In Utah, where we have basements, you'll see that they've put the sewer lines here for a future bathroom. If you don't add those there before, it's a big pain in the butt to add them later. At this stage, your tubs and showers are installed. Water lines will be run to the laundry room, kitchen, bathrooms, hose bibs, and etc. When everything is installed, the inspector will do a pressure test to make sure the pipes won't leak. If there's gas lines, these will be installed at this time as well. It's common for the furnace and water heater to run on natural gas, but it can also be used for stoves and dryers. Similar to plumbing, the inspector will put the gas lines under a pressure test as well to confirm there's no leaks. The gas meter, like you see here, is normally installed at this time as well. Sorry to interrupt the video, but can I ask, why did you choose to build a home instead of buying existing? Please comment below. Also, will you please give this video a thumbs up to support my channel? I would appreciate it more than you know, and that thumbs up will help others see that this video is helpful. Thanks. Okay, now we're moving on to the rough electrical. The electrical contractor will first install the main electrical panel outside, which will bring power into the home from the street. Then the electrician will install the electrical breaker box inside the home. And here's the main electrical panel for the entire house. Now you'll notice if you look in close here, you got different numbers on here. You got 40, 30, 20, and you got some little 15s in here. And that's because each one of these offers a different amount of power for different things in the house. These bigger, thicker ones are gonna be things like the dryer, the oven, the refrigerator, and things like that, where these smaller ones are gonna be for like lights and outlets. They'll also install what they call the cavity boxes for the electrical outlets, light switches, and for the actual lighting fixtures. The can lights, like you see back through here, are also installed. Then the electrician will run the appropriate size wire from the main breaker panel to each cavity box or the location where appliances will be installed. You'll notice that the wires for like the appliances are gonna be much thicker than your normal wire for other electrical items. For those of you that don't know, the reason why the wire is so much thicker for your appliances is because it pulls a lot more power than like a normal light switch. Low voltage will also be installed at this time. Low voltage is things like your doorbell wire, your surround sound system, telephone, internet, cable, and etc. The inspector will confirm that the electrical has been installed to code with a particular focus on making sure that the correct wire has been run to each location. Then we have the HVAC. At this point, the furnace and all ductwork is installed for the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. The vents that supply heat or cool air are run to each room, and the return air vents will be installed to pull air back into the furnace. This system will keep the air flowing through the house and help stabilize the temperature. When the inspector arrives, the furnace should be in working condition. The inspector will do the pressure test on the water heater to confirm that there are no leaks there. The inspector will also confirm that the furnace and air conditioner are sized appropriately according to the areas you'll be heating and cooling. By the way, this is a great time to take pictures, so don't forget your camera. So as you can see in this particular house, the insulation has been installed in the walls and the sheetrock has actually been delivered. So this house is past the four-way and ready to move forward. Just so you know, in my 15 plus years in the new home construction industry, it's rare that a builder will actually pass the four-way inspection on the first try. Usually, the inspector will give the builder a list of things to do before they come back. Often, this is the next day. The builder's anxious to keep the home moving along, so they'll usually have the different trades ready to come back that evening or early the next day. The trades are also anxious for the home to pass inspection because then they get paid. Once the four-way inspection is passed, the builder can start the insulation. When insulation is done, at least here in Utah, the city inspector will come back for what we call a re-four-way. Once the inspector has confirmed that the insulation has been installed correctly, the builder can move on to the rest of the construction process. If you'd like to see the construction process from the beginning all the way to the end, you'll want to watch the most in-depth video on how a house is built. I'll put a link to that video below. Now let's talk about what you should look for during your four-way walkthrough. Most builders will hold what they call a four-way walkthrough with their clients. During this appointment, you don't really need to worry about the things I spoke about earlier in this video because the city inspector will be pretty thorough. You'll want to focus more on where the cavity boxes for the outlets, light switches, and lighting boxes have been placed. If you've added low voltage, you'll want to confirm that those items have been placed correctly as well. I should warn you though, the builder's not going to just allow you to move things around willy-nilly, but there is a good chance they'll move things if there was an error or if you can make a compelling argument as to why something should be moved to a different location. The outlets are placed by the electrician to code, so most builders will not allow you to choose where they go. That being said, I've seen light switches placed on the wrong wall where an open door would hinder the ability to flip the switch. Like I said earlier, things like this will most likely be remedied. You'll want to keep your eyes out for things like a melon light that's off center, can lights that don't align, an interior wall that's crooked, and things of that nature. You'll also want to confirm that they installed all the items that you added and that they put them in the requested location. Really, this is an incredible opportunity to get to know the superintendent and ask questions. Every builder is different, and some may allow you to move things or add things, so it never hurts to ask. Hopefully, I was able to clear some things up for you, but if you still have questions, please don't hesitate to ask by leaving a comment below. And because you're making such a large financial commitment, you'll want to be fully informed and prepared when you build your home. Without a doubt, building a house is exciting, and it will be one of the best, safest investments you'll ever make. But the home build process can be stressful and confusing. So here's a quick list of videos that are sure to help you as you build your house. The most in-depth guide for buying a new construction home. How to choose the best home builder. How to save money when building a home. 10 questions you should ask home builders. The most in-depth video on how a house is built. The new home final walkthrough. If you're planning to move to Utah or you already live here and you're looking to buy, sell, or build a home, I would love to talk with you. Please feel free to contact me directly. If there's something in this video that stood out to you as being helpful, or if you have questions, please comment below. Sincerely, I want to hear from you. If you know someone who's thinking about building a home or moving to Utah, please share this video with them. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Ty, the real estate guy. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to ring that little bell below. It'll make you feel good.